Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Creator Studio Live here with your host, Jeff Olson. Thank you. Big shout out to Royal Talens, our sponsor, and continued support, endless. Royal Talens, of course, is a Dutch manufacturer of artist materials based in the Netherlands, and I work for the North American affiliate based in Northampton, Massachusetts. And we, of course, bring all your favorite Royal Talens brands to artists in the US and Canada. So, welcome everybody for joining us. We have another fantastic show for you today. And before I get into the intro, I, of course, want to remind everybody that we are doing a giveaway. We're going to be giving away a shopping spree today. So, normally I have a specific product line. This time we're going to have a $250 USD shopping spree to the winner. And all you have to do is make a comment on the YouTube live broadcast to be eligible, and then we will pick and announce a winner at the end of the live show today. So hopefully everybody's ready at the keyboard to ask your questions, make your comments. Looking forward to talking with everybody today during the show. So we have a wonderful guest, a creative powerhouse in the paper crafting world, the founder of Scrapbooking Made Simple, a beloved destination for crafters for over 20 years. More than a business owner, she's a teacher, she's an artist, she's an innovator who's built a passionate community by encouraging crafters to experiment, explore, and grow. With a background in fine jewelry and design, she brings an artistic eye and a unique perspective to her work, blending the world of fine art with paper crafting, which is so important, I think, bringing those materials, practices together, really a fantastic partnership. Through her YouTube channel, where she shares 4 educational classes a week with over 2.1 million subscribers. You heard me right, 2.1 million subscribers. She introduces new products, teaches refined techniques, and inspires crafters to think outside the box. She's also a published designer and the creative mind behind a popular line of stamps, dies, stencils, and embossing folders, all designed to help makers elevate their craft. At the heart of it all, her mission is simple: to empower creativity and help others find joy and expression through crafting. That statement, empower creativity, is also a big part of our mission here at Royal Talents. And she, of course, is one of our newest ambassadors. So everybody, please join me in welcoming Stacey Park. Stacey, how are you today?
Hello.
Welcome,
Hi,
welcome.
everybody. You make me sound so good, Jeff. Can you just follow me around and do that intro everywhere I go?
Absolutely, absolutely. We can record it. You can share it on the show.
That should be my voicemail.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for being on the show today and joining us. I know you are super, super busy, and I really appreciate it.
Oh my gosh, I am so thrilled to be here. And for everybody who's watching, you need to know this is Jeff. This is the Jeff I talk about in every one of my in the studio with Stacey. This is my mentor, Jeff. So I am just
Oh,
thrilled
thank
to be
you.
here. They
Thank
always
you
hear
so
about
much.
Jeff, but they don't know who you
Who
are.
he
And
is? Who is this strange,
this
mysterious
is
man?
him.
In the flesh, in the flesh. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate all the support and happy to meet many of your followers today. So that's super exciting, super exciting. So, for those of you who have never been to one of our shows before, it's really simple. We're going to have a brief conversation. Stacey and I do a little interview. And then I have some images that she has shared with me that we will go through in a slideshow and kind of talk about that as well. Then at the end, we'll have a Q&A, make any kind of announcements, and we will do our best throughout the show to respond to any type of questions or comments you make. But definitely at the end, we'll scan them again and try to answer as many as we can. And then, of course, we'll announce the winner of today's
That's a
award.
whopping gift card.
Isn't that
Holy
great?
smokes,
Yeah, nice, nice
artichokes.
big
That's
gift card.
250 smackaroos on Royal Talens product. Yes, please.
Super fun. It's so fun. It's one of my favorite things to do in my job is give away art supplies. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started. So you are at the helm of the ship, so to speak, today. You are in, you said your husband's office.
I am. I don't actually have an office. He got the office. I'm not sure how that worked out, but I have my little 6 foot space over there where I do my videos every week.
Very cool. Very cool. And it's in Santa Clarita, right? is
Yes,
the
we're
store.
Southern
So this is your
California.
physical store space.
This is my physical store space right on Soledad Canyon Road. So you may hear a fire truck go by every now and then.
You know what I'm going to do? I am going to copy in to the chat, you guys, and give you the address so you guys can check them out. Go say hi to Stacey if you're in the neighborhood. All right.
Absolutely.
So that just went in. Okay. So you're there, you're in person. 20 some years ago, you got this impulse to do it. What was it that inspired you to start up Scrapbooking Made Simple?
I got fired from my job.
There's a catalyst for change, huh?
I was in the fine jewelry industry, and that's what I went to school for. I'm a graduate gemologist, and I went through jewelry manufacturing arts and an appraiser, a designer, and I was working for a major corporation that sold beautiful fine jewelry. And I got pregnant, and that was not in necessarily their world of okay. And so they didn't fire me, so to speak. They just made it really hard. And I found that maybe the corporate world wasn't necessarily my thing. And so I left my job, and my friends, we all were in mommy group together. We all had these little babies, and my friends took me to something called a crop. I'm like, a crop? What do you do at a crop? And they took me, it was this 12-hour event where people were making scrapbooks and layouts and cards, and they were knitting, and some of them were painting, and some of them were doing painting with wax. And it was just the most amazing thing I had ever seen in my life. And I said, okay, I got to figure this out, because this is pretty awesome. It was just awesome. So if it wasn't for my friends feeling sorry for me and wanting to get me out of the house and taking me to this 12-hour event where 100 ladies showed up with bags and totes, and I would have never been doing this. And once I got started, I couldn't stop. And what I did is I used to paint black and white with Winsor Newton paints. I would take black and white images, and I would go in and I would paint like the old fashioned painting. And that's how I started. And then I got into die cutting. But it was my employers from my corporate job who said, we really don't want you to have children, so we're going to make it really hard on you. And I am so glad they did. It was the best thing that ever happened to me.
I love that story. I love your diligence, determination. Like, I'm going to do something. I'm going to find something. And
Something that
so
made my heart
unfortunate.
happy,
Yeah,
something that was meaningful, that had purpose, that really involved family and creativity and passion, and something that was not what I was doing
yeah,
before.
yeah, yeah. Unfortunate circumstances how it happened, but it turned out to be a catalyst for fantastic change and benefit to us all now to have you
Best
at the
thing that ever
resource.
happened.
Fantastic. So this is something we haven't talked about a lot, and that's your background in fine jewelry and design. We've kind of talked about it, on the periphery, but not really getting into it. Can you tell us a little bit more about it and how that, plays into your approach to paper crafting?
Yeah, so I knew from the time I was about 15, 16 that I wanted to go into the fine jewelry industry. And at that age, I came to it from, I want my boyfriends to be able to buy me really pretty things. So if I work for a fine jewelry store, they'll get my employee discount. I mean, that's how a 16-year-old thinks. And think, oh, I'll go work in fine jewelry, and they'll buy me pretty things. But then as I started into it, I really loved what I was doing. And so I went to GIA, which is the Institute for Gemology, and I spent 2 years there here in Santa Monica. There's two campuses now, one here in Los Angeles, or actually they've moved to Carlsbad, and then one was in London, and people from all over the world would come and spend time there. I went through jewelry manufacturing arts, so soldering and molding and designing and the whole thing. And it really put in the work that is needed to design product and the understanding of what it takes. Just because you see it in your mind doesn't mean it's manufacturable, or just because you want it to look pretty doesn't actually mean it's pretty. and taking all of that experience from my time at GIA, and it's translated into this industry because I do understand manufacturing processes, and I do understand that you can draw something pretty, but that doesn't mean it's actually going to work. And taking the gemstone colors, almost everything I do revolves around gemstone colors. I love the purples and the teals and the reds and the greens, the really royal colors. That's always played a part. And I think it just has carried forward into this industry. And now with Royal Talens, because oh my gosh, Amsterdam, how many colors? I sit there and I just want to pet the Amsterdam paint because it's lined up in our store so pretty, and every shade of beautiful color is right there at your fingertips. So it's like it was just meant to be that I transitioned into this world and I was able to take what I learned and use it here as well in a more positive and reinforcing light, I think.
Yes, yes. All that creativity just informs everything you do. And I think that understanding of the process that you mentioned is super important too. There's always something from our past experiences that we can draw on to make what we do and are focused on today better. I truly believe that.
Oh, I absolutely agree. I wouldn't be the person I am today had I not gone through everything I've been through. And I'm
Yeah.
happy. I'm thrilled with the person I am today. Those experiences might have been challenging or hard, um, but they helped round me into this. And this I'm pretty good with.
Absolutely. I would say more than pretty good. Are you still there? Are we still there?
I'm still here.
Okay, good, good. For a minute, my entire screen went blank. I had a slight panic.
You
So
didn't show
I'm
it at
still
all. Well
here.
done,
We're
you.
still here. Thank you so much. I love it. All right. So one more question before we get into some of the images, and that is that you built this incredible community through your YouTube channel. What do you think draws people to your classes week after week?
Well, I started with the store because I didn't start on YouTube for a while. I had the store beforehand. And I think that without knowing about it or understanding what I was doing, the store really was a community in itself. People would come here, yes, to shop. Sure, people come here to shop and buy their supplies, but people also come to my store when they're having the very best day of their life and they want to share it with somebody. And sometimes they come to my store and share their very worst moments, and they just need a place to be safe and to have a moment where somebody's not going to judge or ask, or how can we're just going to let you, we're going to be here and let you cry if you need to cry. And that's what Scrapbooking Made Simple really is. Yes, it's a retail store, but it's so much more than that. And then when I got the gumption to buy a video camera at Sears on Black Friday for $200, my husband's like, "You're gonna do what?" I said, "But let's just try." I think that I think that that same idea comes across through my videos. We're not just makers or crafters or artists, we're people. And people come first. And sometimes during the live chats, it isn't about what I'm showing or I'm teaching, it's that somebody's having a rough time. And all of these wonderful people on the chat rally around that
Uh-huh.
person. And that makes my heart so happy. My dad always said, if you treat people right, the sales will take care of themselves. Just do the right thing and be a part of their lives as much as they're a part of yours, and you will be just fine. And I think he was absolutely right. So the
100%.
store, the online, I think it's the being authentic. I think it's I am who I am. I say what I say. Sometimes I'm like, oops, but there's no hiding. What you see on the camera is if you come into my store, you're going to get the exact same person. It's not a persona, it's
Yeah,
me. And I think that's probably why it's done so well, because I'm not trying to be anything more or less than what I am.
yeah, yeah. Authentic is definitely a word that I would attribute to what you have, and that's super important. And I agree 100% in building relationships in our industry and a lot of different worlds, but especially in art materials. We're building relationships and trust with individuals in the process, sharing goals, really important part of what we do for sure.
Well, it is my face out there. And I've had to learn as it's grown that when I do have to be careful what I say, I can cause harm without knowing I'm causing harm. And I take that responsibility I it's very strongly because social media is such a presence in the world. Um, but I also believe in being truthful and honest. And people will say, "Well, Stacey, what's your most favorite colored pencil?" And we only carry Brunzil. I don't carry everybody's colored pencil. I pick the one I like the best. And that way, if you ask me, "What's your favorite colored pencil, Stacey?" I can honestly answer you. I don't have to go, "Well, I carry 14 different colored pencils. Which one should I choose not to upset the manufacturer?" We carry Brunzil and hopefully they come back. I'm hoping that Royal Talens will have Brunzil back and coming soon
Me
because we
too.
love their
Me too.
products. And I
Yeah,
think it's that. I think that people know that I say what I say, I mean what I mean, and I'm truthful to the best of my ability.
absolutely. Yeah, people trust you, and that's really incredible value. Incredible value for sure. Let's go ahead and share the slideshow, and we will chat throughout that. You shared some excellent pictures, and I put together a few others. And I'm going to bring up the presentation, everybody. You're going to see this come up here in a minute. While this is on, I won't be able to see the comments, so we'll have to hold off on reading those till afterwards. But I put these two together. This is home base. This is where you're at today, right?
This is where I'm at today. Oh my gosh, look at that. That was before COVID.
Look at all those people. I love the space. And is this the original location, or did you have a different one in the beginning?
So no, this is our original location, but I started with just one little store. And then which was not even this side. I mean, this so I had started with one little store and then the store next door became available. And so we took that. And then the store next door became available. And we just kept knocking down walls.
That's the way to do it.
And now, right today, there's another store available right next door, and the landlord was just by wanting to know if I'm going to take it.
It's like, come on, Stacy.
I'm his best customer.
I love it. I love it. Well, I'm so excited and happy for your success.
Oh,
Really,
thank
truly.
you.
It's fun.
I see all those people and I know all those people.
Yeah.
Oh, there's my Royal
There's the
Talens
Royal Talens
wall.
section. Look at that beautiful merchandising.
Oh, in fact, it's bigger than that. We're running out of room every month as I bring new product in, like the gouache isn't up there.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
trying to find more and more space for Royal Talens. Oh, doesn't that look happy?
Super happy. That's going to make Kyle and Mary really happy to see this.
See, don't you want to look at all of those Amsterdam colors? Look at all of those colors just smiling right back at you.
It is beautiful packaging, isn't it? And a beautiful product. I love the acrylic. That's my go-to in my studio as well. And then here is the website. So you have a web store as well.
Yes. Yes. Actually, Scrapbooking Made Simple started online. It
Oh,
wasn't a retail store originally. We started
okay.
on eBay when
Okay.
when after I got back from the crop and I said, "Okay, I've got to figure out what to do here." I went onto eBay and our original business was buying dies and die cutting them out of the colored cardstock that you would want. And then we'd sell you the paper cardstock die cuts. And again, Mr. SMS, my husband is like, there's a market for this? Are you sure? And I said, trust me, let's just wait and see. And we would cut me. You would buy a font. You would pick a font of dyes that you liked that we had, and you'd want it in black and red and purple and green. And we'd do all the dye cutting for you. So that's how Scrapbooking Made Simple started. And then I thought, this is going okay. Maybe I'll try some brads or some eyelets from a company. And we brought a little of that in and then a little bit more. And finally I said, oh, let's stop making the die cuts. Let's just sell the dies. And
Mhm.
then we moved off of eBay once it became beneficial to do so. And we've had this site now for I don't know, 17 years maybe.
No, that's a long time. That's a
It is, but the
successful run. Yeah.
online started before the retail store, and the retail store wasn't supposed to be a retail store. My husband, we were working out of my house, and I had people coming in as early as 6:30 in the morning and staying as late as 9 o'clock at night to help pick, pack, pull, and ship. And finally, my husband's like, "You've got to get out of here. I need my house back." So we took the space that we're in, the very first store, and we were just using it as a warehouse. But
Hmm.
somehow somebody heard that there was a scrapbooking store there, and there was a tap on our window. Hello? And I'm, yes, hi. You can shop online with us. We're online. They're like, but we just need red brads. Okay, come on in. We'll sell them to you.
Fun.
Once we opened that up, once we opened the door to one person, it was like it was like wildfire, and people were tapping on our door all the time. So we finally just opened up.
Yeah. Yeah. What a wonderful success story. That's great. And then the next one I have here, of course, is the super phenomena of Scrapbooking Made Simple YouTube. I'm going to put these links too in the comments before we're done today for folks.
That's pretty crazy. 2 million. That's insane.
2.19 million subscribers. That is incredible. And
I
over a
was happy with
thousand videos
100,000.
you've created. Yeah,
We're very happy. We're very blessed. I'm very thankful. I'm grateful to everybody, and we just keep doing what we're doing, and hopefully everybody still enjoys it. And I just want to keep crafting affordable and keep this community going and showing how fine art and paper crafting can live in the same world. It's just as long as we keep educating, I think that that our industry will stay strong.
absolutely. Absolutely. It's a passion. And I think people really embrace opportunities for authentic representation of that. All right, so now you shared some examples of some of the things that you're creating on your show, creating on your own, creating in the store. So why don't you just kind of walk us through the materials and some of the process as we go through here?
That was gouache.
Oh,
Oh
really?
my gosh. Okay, right? Hello. So, as you know, I didn't know what gouache was. I'm like, I'm sorry, what do you call it? And I do squash squash. That way I know how to pronounce it. And you're like, yes, it's an opaque watercolor. And I said, but isn't that what we use white for? And you're like, no, that's to tint. And I'm like, okay, we're gonna figure this out. And you taught me about gouache and what I was able to do with it on black paper, but on vellum paper. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
So vellum paper doesn't like water or any liquid, and vellum will just start to curl right into itself. But with gouache, you can go in there and paint on vellum and it is dreamy. So yeah, that was with a stencil and gouache. It's fab.
gouache is so wonderful and such intense, brilliant color. And this is a perfect example of that. I love that. Looks like a
Okay.
similar design, yeah?
Similar. So I try to use the same type of stamps for a lot of my classes. That way
Hmm.
people who can see how different products can work, how they look different on,
Yeah,
the same stencil or the same stamp. Those are Bronzil metallic colored pencils.
fantastic.
Yes, I love my Bronzil. I have to have. In fact, until it, my understanding, according to Kyle and Kim, is that Bronzil, like I said, maybe on its way back, which I would be jumping for joy because they truly are a beautiful colored pencil
Yeah,
that is it's fairly priced. It meets expectations. It exceeds expectations and easy to use. So that those were metallic colored pencils from Brazil.
beautiful, beautiful. It has like a scratch board look to it almost. It's really
We had
beautiful.
I had fun with those.
Really nice. I love it. Ooh, ethereal. I love it.
Okay, so this is liquid water. No, this isn't liquid watercolor. No, this is Van Gogh watercolor on mineral paper. So mineral
Oh,
paper is a calcium carbonate paper. So it is non-porous. And in our world, there's something called alcohol inking where we use
mhm.
alcohols on a UPO paper. But my goodness gracious, what we are able to achieve with watercolor, Van Gogh watercolor, or the Ecoline watercolors on a mineral paper is stunning. And I did throw in some of the gold Ecoline just to give it a little bit of shimmer
Yeah.
to show that you can mix the two, the Van Gogh and the Ecoline gold, and play with them. But yeah, love this. This was just me playing. Mineral paper is magic.
It looks like it's, I love the surface effect of the watercolor on it. That is really amazing. I love the staining and the edges too. Really nice.
It and so, so easy. Truly, you look like a rock star without ever, you don't have to give it up. Don't tell your folks, don't tell anybody that this was easy to do. Let them think you slaved over it.
The magic of art.
It is.
And here's some more
Yeah,
similar.
so that's the same. That's gonna be our Van Gogh watercolors on mineral paper. And later on, I show it. I think there's a slide that has the Ecoline watercolors on mineral paper, and it's a distinct different look between the two, and yet they're both absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm just really stunned by the intensity of the staining at the edges of it. It almost looks like an alcohol ink or something similar.
Doesn't it? But
Yeah.
it's not. It's better. You can only do so much with alcohol ink.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Watercolor is so
here,
easy. Yeah.
yes. Oh my gosh, what did I do here? Uh, I think that this was our Ecoline. This might have been Ecoline markers
Hmm.
and gouache. So I know that oh no, I think this might be all gouache. I know the butterflies were done in gouache. So I did the butterflies out
Hmm.
of a black air dry clay and a mold,
Oh, cool.
let them stiffen up just a little bit. And because that gouache is opaque and
Yeah.
it just goes right over the tips really nice. And what was really cool is when you taught me the difference between the tinting and the toning,
Hmm.
and shade, tint and shade. Because again, yes, your Van Gogh watercolors come with white and black, but the minute you add that white, it does make it more opaque, but it also changes the color
Yeah.
dramatically.
Hmm.
But with gouache, you get the opaque without changing the color at all. Oh,
Hmm.
it was so amazing to me to see how different things, while they can work together, how they stand up just on their own. So I think the backdrop is with a watercolor, with Van Gogh watercolors, and I think that the butterflies were done with gouache. I know they were. I'm positive.
It's really nice. What is that paper, the same type of mineral paper, or is this a different paper?
Oh no, I love me my mineral paper. It's either mineral paper or gas and paper, which is a washi paper. Those two papers and Royal Talens product, I could not get enough of it. I could do it all day long and just make background after background after background. It's so much fun.
It's really rich and texture. Is this really appearance of texture
I
that
know. I come
walks you
downstairs when I'm all done and I bring down what I've done and I'm like, look at what I made.
through?
I'm so excited.
Fantastic.
I'm like, it's art.
I love it. It is. It is. Absolutely. 100%. Now this looks like it might be the Eco line. Is that what this is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is Ecoline, but this was done with markers.
Oh,
Ah,
I like that.
I had fun with markers in this. And so using stencils and markers to lay the color down and then taking baby wipes to do the lift.
Oh, brilliant. I love that technique. Yeah. It always has a look of mono printing. I really
It
enjoy it.
does
Yeah.
without having to figure out how to monoprint.
Exactly. Beautiful too. The color, Ecoline colors are just so vibrant. Really
And
fantastic.
they're they're such an easy gateway into fine art
Hmm.
because they're easy to use, they're accessible, they're not scary, they are affordable. I mean, a marker is like $5, and I know I wasn't supposed to, but I showed them how to use the liquid to refill their markers. So it's like the
Yeah.
first little walkthrough into Royal Talens product where you know you can be successful with it, even if all you're doing is coloring in with your Ecoline markers. They're still beautiful.
They are, and safe to use. No toxic fumes, no solvents. They're just very friendly in the studio all the way
They are
around.
friendly.
Yep.
Okay, that's definitely gouache.
Yeah.
I love gouache. It makes my heart happy. I did it on vellum. And
Mhm.
so the two florals above, one is done on like a glitter paper, one is done on a vellum. The one in the center I did on a vellum. I just had way too much fun. And I mean, for us, for makers in the paper crafting industry, vellum has always been a challenge because it's hard to figure out what you can put on it that isn't going to curl it. It's hard to figure out an adhesive that isn't going to show through. And yet we
Right.
all have vellum in our stash, all of us. So when gouache came along and I saw what we could do with it, I was absolutely dumbfounded. And I'm like, where has this been for the past 20 years? We've been hoarding vellum, waiting for gouache to come along.
I love how everything reacts with surfaces in such a unique way and expresses a different quality of the material. Gouache, it is been around for centuries, and vellum, it really is bringing out some of the nuances. There's a softness to it that I haven't seen in some other surfaces, but surface really is essential to achieving different types of goals, whatever those may be for you as an individual artist. But this is really fun to see this.
I didn't realize that until I understood more about surfaces. From a paper crafting perspective, we have our 80-pound cardstock and 110-pound cardstock and glitter paper. But I didn't fully understand what mixed media paper was, or what marker paper was, or what really makes a good watercolor paper. When you talk to me about sizing, I'm like, well, what size are you making an A6 card? What are you doing? I didn't fully understand sizing has everything to do with the absorption rate of the
Yeah,
of liquid into the paper. So I don't think I fully appreciated what surfaces do bring to the finished product. I
yeah,
didn't I didn't understand. You don't know what you don't know, but once you know it, there's no going back.
right, right. Well, and I think the best way to explore it is to try new things. Just go for it and get little pieces of scrap paper. You don't need to go out and invest in giant sheets of watercolor paper. Just get small scraps, small pieces, try different things on them, different materials, see how they react until you discover something that really catches your eye, and that can be a fantastic catalyst for something brand new.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that's also one of the reasons why the videos do well is they're not scripted and they're not edited and they're not predetermined what I'm going to do. We do it together, we do it on camera, and what you see is what you get. And when something happens that I'm not expecting, there's a moment where I'm like, oh, and
Nothing
everybody
like
sees
doing
it.
things live, yeah. Oh man, no, it's great. It's great to show that too, because it's a process, right? You're creating a place where art can happen. Not everything is going to be perfect. Your failures can be your greatest successes. You really have to embrace that process.
Well, and we're not Hallmark. I'm not looking for it, I fussy cut. So I freehand all of what you see, all of the rectangles. I freehand everything. I don't use a trimmer at all. And people will watch me freehand, and I know they're getting anxious for me, but they're not straight. They're not perfect, but they're mine. And it's me, and it's okay that they not be straight or perfect. This is handmade. This is made from the heart. This is made with the intention of not necessarily being, a big art project, but something that I want to give to you because I made it for you, whether it
That's nice.
be
It's
using
well
the
put.
fine art products, whatever. That's where it all starts from.
Yeah, yeah, well said. What are these
So
beautiful?
those are Amsterdam. That's
Oh,
Amsterdam acrylics.
the metallics, especially pigments, so much fun.
So I stamped with them. I used stencils with them. I just did a background with them. I love them on black. That makes my heart happy.
Isn't it fantastic? The specialty colors, especially the metallics and the pearls, just sing on the black ground.
They do that middle one with the flowers up in the top
Hmm.
center. That's a stamp. To see that
Yeah.
acrylics can adhere to a stamp so well
Yeah.
to get that crisp, clean image. Yeah, yes, please sign me up for that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm enjoying all of these. And this one in the middle center, I'm getting a sense from this image of the wonderful texture. Is that the paper texture or the texture of what you use to apply the paint to the surface?
So that's my so that's my brayer.
Oh,
As I'm cleaning off my brayer and stuff,
yeah,
that's my leftovers, and it came out so pretty.
that is fantastic. I love that texture.
It just looks so good. I'm like, wait, stop.
Yeah,
This is fab. We're gonna just use it just as is.
that is very cool. I love that. Oh, this is interesting. So what are we looking at here?
So here I used Van Gogh watercolor. So again, I used a silicone mold with air dry clay to make the flowers. We
Mhm.
made the flowers during in the studio with Stacey, and then I took my Van Gogh watercolor. I went in there and colored the flowers, and then I took the Ecoline gold to just hit the tips of them and made a canvas with it, a little 6x6 canvas that you can give. Wouldn't that be a love? I mean, just a
Mhm.
lovely wedding gift or an anniversary gift or a new housewarming gift, something that is affordable, achievable, absolutely doable. It's just paper, a canvas, and some beautiful watercolor paints.
I love that. It looks like a little butterfly wing sneaking out the backside there.
There is a little butterfly wing sneaking out the backside.
I love it. I love that. Oh, what's this?
Those are Ecoline
Hmm,
brush markers.
hmm. Is that
Aren't
on
they
a
beautiful?
canvas?
That is on a canvas. And I stamped on the canvas, yes. And
Very
so we
cool.
stamped on the canvas with a watercolor, and then you can go in there and use your Ecoline watercolor, the brushes, the actual markers, and went in there and colored, got them wet, and made our blends. And then I came back in with the Ecoline gold to put a little accent into the centers.
Really,
But this
really
is on
nice.
a little, I don't know, 5x5 circle canvas, 6x6 canvas that is readily available. I mean, even at the
Yeah,
Dollar Tree, even at the dollar store, you can get inexpensive canvases.
yeah. I love this design, this pattern in the oval. It kind of takes on a three-dimensional illusion. It really is interesting how it kind of warps, plays around with your perspective. It's fun.
And to fill in, so not all of those places that I've colored in black were black. So
Mm.
those were places where the stamp didn't stamp well enough and I wasn't happy. So I took a Brunzil fine liner
Ah,
and I just
clever.
colored it in to make the black voids and it looked good. I'm like, oh,
I love you're just embracing that spirit of exploration, right? And I think that that's an important part of my process as a painter too. You know, discovery. It's about discovery.
well, there's no wrong. As long
Yeah,
as you know there's no wrong,
yeah,
then everything is right. That's getting over that fear of doing something wrong. There is no wrong. Just try, just
yeah,
do
yeah,
and finish. I always tell people you have to finish. Even if halfway through you look at it and you say, "Oh," you have to finish it because once it's done and you take a step away from it, maybe for a day, and then you come back and you look at it, all of a sudden it's like, "Oh, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was." But people don't, they get in there, you get in your own head of what you're expecting it to be, when in reality you just need to let it be, just let it be what it's going to be, and it'll be fine, it'll be beautiful.
yeah, yeah. You just got to follow it sometimes. Yeah,
Yes.
very nice, very nice. So fun.
Okay, so now that is Ecoline liquid watercolor on mineral paper,
Mm.
and oh my gosh.
Yeah. The edges are just fantastic. I love the subtlety and intricacy of them.
I could do that all day long, do nothing but play with that all day long.
Yeah.
It's just water and taking a hake brush and getting my mineral paper really wet and then literally just dropping on the Ecoline liquid watercolors and letting them melt and blend
Do
into
their
each other
thing.
and
Yeah.
create.
Yeah, the dispersion on that. I mean, Ecoline is a dye-based color, and so you get this exquisite dispersion of color that really is unrivaled.
The subtlety of how the colors morph into each other is
Yeah.
stunning.
Yeah.
Gosh, and that sounded very artistic.
It was a good thing we're recording this, right? Oh, that's it. All right, let me stop the share. That was fantastic. Those were some fantastic images. Thank you so much for sending those and talking about them. Very
Absolutely. They were
inspiring.
fun to do.
Very inspiring. I always like to ask a question like this. So we've got a lot of folks who are just getting started. Maybe it's just getting started in paper crafting. What's one piece of advice that you always give? I kind of I can guess what it's going to be, but I'm not
Well, I don't know. It's only paper.
going.
It's only paper. Whatever you do, expect nothing and be happy with everything and show yourself grace. That you are just to have fun with it, and it's only paper. You white paper, what you can do with white paper is amazing, and white paper is readily available. So don't hold yourself, don't tie yourself back, don't put limits on yourself. Just try. If you try, my dad would always say, do something, Stacey. My dad would actually say, do something, Stacey, even if it's wrong. Do something, do something. If I was just like stuck, he said, if you're wrong, you're going to figure out you were wrong and you're going to change course. If you were right, you're going to proceed forward. But if you stay where you are doing nothing, you will be forever stuck doing nothing. So even if it's wrong, do it, try, change, learn, and I've taken that with me forever. I didn't fully appreciate it at 12 years old. Do something, Stacey. But a little later on in life, it took on a different
Yeah,
meaning.
it takes on a different meaning, doesn't it? No, great words of advice. Just do it, right? The catchphrase of
Try.
that.
You have to try.
I love it. I love it. Well, this has been fantastic. So much great information, so many wonderful images. I love hearing about the story of scrapbooking made simple. Oh, and I promised, let me get that for everybody. I promised to put the two different links in there. They're going in right now, folks. I'm putting those into the comment section there so you can go check out both the website and the YouTube channel. So please do. Any announcements, events, things coming up? Anything you want to share?
Well, no, we do our 4 events every week. So Mondays and Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm teaching and we're doing at 6 p.m. sunny California time, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. And of course, Tuesdays is our in the studio with Stacey, where we really have had what I think is an amazing partnership so far with Royal Talens. Y'all took a chance on a paper crafter and I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. You took a chance on a paper crafter, and that means the world to us out there in the paper crafting, what we do to be recognized as artists in our own right, because we make, and if you make, you're an artist. And so and then Saturdays we do our Saturday with Stacey, which is a full-length technique-based class, no commercials, upwards of 3 hours long, no edits, and we just go and do. So anybody who's willing to come take a ride, come join us, and we have a great time.
What a great opportunity. That's really fantastic. And we are so happy to have you as an ambassador and to have this relationship. It has been a
Yeah.
fantastic journey for me. I couldn't agree more. This embracing of art and craft and combining and our shared mission, empowering creativity. I mean, it's in the heart of our mission statement and has been for over 125 years. Just giving people the tools to explore, and it can be such a powerful thing in people's lives. Really good.
I think it's needed in people's lives, whether they know it or not. Sometimes they don't know until they start that this was something that is healing and powerful and meaningful to them. And that in itself is enough.
It is. I'm going to quickly peruse the comments here.
Don't ask me to look because I probably know almost all
No,
these
no.
people.
The majority of the things I'm seeing are just lots of accolades, people saying hi, and so great to have everyone here today. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us live. Of course, if you missed any part of this, you can watch it on our YouTube station, Royal Talents, and catch it. I will be posting the link on our Facebook page as well for folks there. And Stacey, I'm sure you've got places for folks to be able to go back and see
Yep.
it and share it as well. So everybody will have a chance to go back and pick up anything they may have missed. But really, really appreciative of all the folks who take time out of the day to join us live and all these wonderful, wonderful comments. And we'll be able to peruse them. Stacey will be able to see these comments after the show too. So if we missed you, we will definitely do our best to come back and answer. So now, before we go, I have to give away some art supplies. What do you think?
Woo!
All right, so I got a little random selector here, so I'm going to go
Oh my
ahead
gosh, I'm so nervous for all of them.
and squeeze everybody's name in here.
Okay, wait. So I want you to pick two people.
You want me to pick two people? I can do that. Yeah.
Scrapbooking Made Simple will give away a $250 gift card, and you give away a $250 gift card.
I love that. I love that. Well, I have two winners then. I have a
Oh, I'm
first
so
and a second.
nervous.
So Miss Randy,
Oh, shut the front
C,
door.
and then Debbie Baez. Debbie Baez.
Debbie! Oh my gosh. Okay. Well,
So we
like I
have
said,
two winners.
I
So
know
here's how I
everybody.
normally do the getting in touch. You can direct message me at Royal Talens NA. NA stands for North America. So direct message me at Royal Talens NA, and I will then send you an email. Make sure you include your email address. I will send you an email, and we will get you the prize.
So,
And I would,
Randy, you email me,
okay,
and Debbie, you email Jeff.
sounds good.
Oh my gosh, Debbie, Omar's going to lose his mind when he hears this. You have to know, Debbie and I have never met, and Randy, I mean, I know these are just my friends.
It's such an exciting thing. This is something I discovered during the pandemic. The silver lining, if you can, find one, was this ability to create a community virtually. And now when I'm out and about in the real world, and doing events, it's such a wonderful thing when people will come up to me and say, "Hey, I've been watching the show or I've been following your demos, and it really has made an impact on me as an artist, as a person." It just is, the best feeling in the world. And thank you for coming up and saying those things. It's really, really appreciated.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I'm so honored to be a part of the Royal Talens family, and I'm so appreciative of the time and effort you have spent teaching me so that I can then teach, the crafters, the makers of the world out there. And it's been fabulous. I really appreciate you too. You just make my heart
Well,
happy.
thank you. Thank you. I've enjoyed all the time we've spent together and looking forward to more for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us again. As I said, you can watch this again on YouTube at your leisure, and join us next time for the Creator Studio Live. Thank you, Stacey.
And don't forget to subscribe to Royal Talens, you guys. Subscribe. Bye.
Subscribe.